Have you ever shared a story only to feel as if you were speaking to a brick wall? And what if I were to tell you that the secret to great leadership isn't just about being able to speak well, but it's also about being able to truly listen? Why don't you dive in with me as we unravel the unexpected power of simply being able to pay attention? As I sit here on this lovely autumn day with the sun shining brightly through the scattered puffs of white clouds and the strength of the breeze reflected clearly through the rhythmic dancing of the branches over the rooftops, I remember a similar day a few years ago when my younger sister tried to have a conversation with me. A conversation that I later found out was very important to her. However, on that particular morning, I was busy. I was lost in my own world and consumed by my own thoughts. And though while going through the conversation or going through the motions, I occasionally nodded with the usual grunts of and go on, my mind was miles away. And later that day, she told me in simple words, you were there, but you were not there. And with that one phrase, I truly understand how she felt. Let me ask you this. How many times have you heard this before? Has someone ever called you out on the fact that you were there, but you were not truly listening? You see, we all hear, but the question is, how often do we truly listen? How often in this world of endless information and excessive noise can you say that you practice the art of actively listening? This is a skill that we usually attribute to leaders and negotiators and therapists. However, it is said that active listening is the bridge to understanding. It's the bridge to truly communicating with someone, whether you're having a heart-to-heart conversation with a family member or just a casual chat in a social circle. There is an article written on active listening by Rogers and Farson, and in that article the authors stated that active listening is a way of approaching life's problems or life's daily problems and crises. It is an essential way to bring change. According to the article, there is mounting evidence to demonstrate that sensitive or active listening is the most efficient means to bring about change in people's attitudes, in our basic values, and even to bring about cultural shifts in a group setting. As we practice active or sensitive or animated listening, the result is we become more and more emotionally mature, more open to the experiences that we go through on a daily basis. We become less defensive, more democratic in that it's now about you and not always about me. I am now able to sit back and open up myself to the things that you're saying. And Stephen Conley once said, most people do not listen with the intent of understanding, but most of us listen with the intent to reply. How do I answer this? Is usually the most burning question in our mind while someone is speaking to us, as opposed to sitting back and opening up ourselves and allowing the person to truly pour themselves out while we listen and truly connect. Think for me, when was the last time you were speaking with someone, be it a partner or your child or one of your colleagues? Think about what you were doing when that person was speaking. And like me, I am sure that there is a smile on your face because you can remember that you were thinking about your next answer while that person was speaking to you. Now, I recently read an article by two authors, one's named Ross, the other one Wilson, that described active listening as engaged processing. The authors described active listening as something that is transformative. And this concept of engaged processing is backed up in a book called Just Listen, where the book presents techniques that can be used to get through to absolutely anyone. And these techniques and skills are becoming more and more important in today's society, where most of us seem to be having an attention span that's less than that of a goldfish. This is vital in today's 5-second attention span society, as proven in a 2008 study of human attention by Microsoft. The study concluded that the average person's attention span is 8 seconds. 8 seconds. That pause was about 8 seconds. And most of us are unable to focus on a task for even 5 seconds. And Kate Murphy, in her book You're Not Listening, uncovers what she calls a modern day pandemic. And no, I'm not speaking about COVID-19. I'm speaking about our tendency to tune out during activities where we have to listen and not talk. Even Zeno, a Stoic philosopher, once said We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we say. The ancient biblical text also said that we should be slow to talk and quick to listen. And it's something that I've always heard my grandmother saying, that I should open my ears. And she would say it in Creole, Ouve zoeyu. That means open your ears. This simple saying is profound, and it's particularly important in our modern society. The renowned communication expert Julian Treshard, in his TED Talk, shares techniques to amplify our listening skills. And he said, these are skills that we are losing, yet they are skills that we desperately need to reclaim. Active listening goes beyond just hearing the words. It's about diving deep. It's about asking the questions that peels back the layers. It's about looking at the non-verbal cues, the facial expressions, the tones, so that we can understand the things that are being said and the things that we need to get that are not being said as well. Raquel Axe stresses in one of her talk that active listening is a journey of discovery through animated listening. And these skills, so heavily attributed to business leaders, innovators, and trailblazers, because they understand the golden value of active listening. They understand that active or animated listening fosters teamwork, it sparks innovation, and it creates bonds that are unbreakable. But how does this skill that is so heavily attributed or so heavily linked to the professional world, how is it beneficial to us in our daily life? Circle back with me, if you may, to my sister's story. And it's moments like this which reminds us of the power of active listening in our day-to-day lives. See, it's more than just a skill. It is said to be a gift that we can offer to anyone and everyone. It's a journey that I am still on, still learning, still relearning every day. And as I walk this path, discovering the art and the essence of truly listening, I invite you to join me, not just to hear, but to truly understand, to lead through understanding. Come, let's listen together.